Who knew that you could order queens in the mail? These queens right here came from Iowa, a place called Lappe's Bee Supply and Honey Farm. And we've got 16 queens here I'm going to introduce over the next few days. The reality is many people probably did realize you could do this, but there are probably a lot of people who don't. And so I thought I'd share it with you. Let's break into them and see what we got. But before we move on, if you go down below and hit that like button, I would appreciate it. Help push this video out to more people. One of the things that's kind of cool about these queens is they're just talking to each other. They call it piping. You hear it often when you order queens like this in the mail. When you got young queens. I'm not sure exactly what it means. If you know, maybe you can leave a comment down below. Can y'all hear that? That's pretty cool. As you see here, it says Lappe's Bee Supply in Peru, Iowa. And all kinds of signs on here. A sign for the post office, call that number, pickup only, because you can imagine what would happen if these queens were sitting out of my mailbox or on the front porch in the hot sun down here in Alabama. Keep out of the sun, keep ventilated. So they put all kinds of little tags on here so people know at the post office what to do with these bees. So they called us this morning. We're not going to be able to get into these bees until Saturday to get most of them in the hives. We may get a few here or there before then, but well, they got this thing sealed together pretty good here. I'm always eager and curious to see how they secure the bees in the boxes. Looks like they have them glued down with super glue. That's a common thing to see. Wow. Let's see if I can use this hive tool. Yeah, this is how it always goes with the video. There we go. Here they are. They've got some attendants in there with them. Here's the queen right here. They're kind of hard to see. They don't have dots on them or anything, at least not yet. I've got some corneolans. And this is an Italian right here. Let's see what she looks like. So she's in there. She's the bigger bee. Kind of hard to see, honestly, to tell the difference between the queens. There she is right there walking. I got the two different kinds. The corneolans typically do not build up as quickly. They may shut it down a little bit in the wintertime, but they supposedly explode in the spring. I'm sorry, the Italians, however, will continue to, they'll build up really fast in the late winter and spring. They'll be perfect for pollination hives. Pretty bees. Nice little sign in here, thank you, and so forth. And now I've got a little dilemma. I need to figure out what to do with them between now and Saturday. It's Wednesday. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the lid on this hive here, and I'm going to put a box on there, a queen excluder with a box for some space, and then I'm going to elevate the queens up off the excluder a little bit and allow the bees in here to tend to them. As long as these queens are separated from the main queen of the hive, I think we'll be okay. I'll keep a close eye on them and see how they react when I set these queens in there, and they should just tend to them here until I need them. Okay, you see what I did here? Put the tape over the candy and kind of tape together there so the bees can't eat the candy from the outside. Now the bees can eat it, I think, from the inside some. So hopefully they won't eat all the way through and there'll still be enough candy left when we go to place the queens in the hives. I'm really hoping for nice bees here. I don't really have any smoke or anything prepared, but this particular colony is not typically really feisty, so we'll see how it goes. And we do, I think, have a little bit of a flow kicking in, maybe a fall flow starting to kick in a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this off for a couple of days. Beetle's just crazy this year. All right, so see there's a fair number of bees in here. Put the queen excluder on there, and they're getting after me a little. That's okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to set these right here to get them up off the queen excluder just a little bit. I'm not sure why. It's just something I think I need to do, so I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take these queens, set them on here like this. Then I'm going to put this box over the top, like this. See the bees already checking them out? Isn't that cool? I think in just a few minutes they'll be covered up with bees probably. Look at them. Isn't that cool? Bees are definitely interested in them. On the side closest to us here are the carniolans, and those are the Italians. I am a little concerned about that candy, but I think it's going to be okay. And these bees, typically what they do is within a very short period of time, they'll just start tending to them, taking care of them, and feeding them and everything. And it's worked really well for me in the past when I've done it. I did it one time. There's a video from a couple of years ago, and the bees took care of them beautifully. Interesting stuff. What do y'all think? Let me know what you think of my method of banking queens. And if any of y'all have tried this, or if you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear it. Just put it in the comments down below. Well, we got a little bonus coverage. As you can see, I peeked in tonight. It's the next night, and this was laying down there like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I checked. This group of bees right here are doing fine, but the tape is coming off this group down here. So I'm gonna have to shake the bees off, go in the house, get them taped up again. What's happening is, the reason that's bad is the carniolans, is because the bees are starting to remove the candy plug. If they remove that candy plug and release the queens in there, it's gonna be a mess. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna tape it down, make sure they're secured really good. And I think these over here are fine. Make sure they're secured good too. They feel like they're really solid on there. So this one down here that just fell off. Ooh, I'm glad I checked. It could have been a real problem. Okay, got them out of the hive there where I was banking them. And you can tell those bees had done a pretty good job of eating some of that candy out. I don't know how well you can tell, but it's not going to be long before they've eaten all the way through. So I sure am glad I went out and checked. So this time I'm just going to secure it again with the duct tape like I did yesterday. I'm just going to make sure it's secured really well. And then I'm going to make sure it's really well supported on those blocks in the hive. We've got tomorrow that they have to be in there, and then Saturday we're going to get them out, distributed into different colonies. You got that done. I just wrapped the tape all the way around the whole thing, and it seems like it's really going to hold it together better. Just going to stick it together, make sure it's stuck together really well. And then when I go back out there, I'll just make sure the other one's in good shape to it. I think it is. For some reason, this one just kind of came apart. Whew. Anyway, that's it for now. Y'all take care. I will catch you next time.